Like a big woolly mammoth. You gotta wear that coat. My big brother Joseph. Yeah, I walked him in the desert.
What is up? Welcome back to a little Johnny Radio's happy hour. And man, I'm happy. I'm about to go to my favorite place in the world, and that's Hardinwood. But you know what I got to do really, really, really quick? I got to say one thing that is still kind of weird and kind of sad. And then I just wanted to mention, somebody asked me on the text line at our First Bank text line at 67129, and they said, I heard you smoking the Giants, and then I couldn't tell. I kind of like, I'm sure they probably zoned in and zoned out. But no, I did mention that it wasn't the person that they drafted that died from a gunshot wound. Corey Ballantyne, he suffered a gunshot wound. His friend, Dwayne Simmons, did die. 23-year-old junior defensive back. They went to a small school, and it's just, it was off campus. I don't know much about the whole situation. All I know is it's horrible. And yes, the Giants did draft Ballantyne with the 180th overall pick in the 6th round in the NFL draft on Saturday. And the shooting happened early Sunday morning. So the guy was probably out celebrating the happiest day of his life. And I mean, I don't know much. I get asked about this story. Well, what's going on with Corey Ballantyne? I don't know a whole lot. Do you by any chance know any more about this?
I just know his friend was shot and killed, and then he actually suffered a wound. He's good now. I don't know what they were doing. I know I'm pretty sure he was drafted at the time that this all went down. But
yeah, it was actually, they were out
afterwards.
From what I understand. I think and this is again only from Twitter, so this is not some verified source. From what I was reading off of Twitter, the young man and his friends were out celebrating, him being drafted to the NFL. And again, it is heart-wrenching. It is just, his friend died. He suffered a gunshot wound. And again, you can go back, anybody that is just tired of all the senseless people passing away. Now, I did have a lot of text messages, and they were talking about the young Gonzalez woman, and they said, no, that's not a she pimp. That's I can't read that on air. Never mind. Even though that was kind of comical. Ha ha. You almost got me there, buddy. Oh man. Am I Mr. Irrelevant? I'm Mr. Irrelevant this year.
I have to throw out an apology though. Earlier I forgot. The Grizzlies were an 8 seed when they beat the Spurs in 2011. So whoever sent that in, thanks for letting me know and not making a fool of myself too much. Now I know the real truth. It wasn't a 7 versus 2, but they did win as an 8.
The real truth. That would be a great. That would be. This.
You want to make a documentary?
Real truth.
What's it going to be about? That sounds like a documentary name.
By the way, do you know who Caleb Wilson is?
Mr. Irrelevant.
How did you know that?
Man, I watched the draft from top to bottom.
Okay, I was answering. Did you
Who
know
was pick 163? Go.
Oh, I have no idea.
Golly.
Jared was 177, Stidham.
He was 133.
Oh, 133? Was he really that low?
Yeah.
Who was 160 something?
No, I don't know. I was completely. I was joking.
I do have to say though, do you know much about Mr. Irrelevant or anything about him?
We played him.
Oh, that's right. He was
college.
the UCLA tight end.
He's solid player.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Once Josh Rosen left and last year came around, he wasn't so good. But
I
don't think anybody on that team was good. But
yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
That is true. I will say though, Mr. Irrelevant, he was drafted by the Chiefs, wasn't he? Didn't they have the last draft? Who had the last draft this year? Oh my goodness. I really think it was. I know. Anyway, if it was the Chief, I was just going to say, if I'm a tight end and I'm a tall, athletic tight end, who would you not want to go learn from?
Cardinals.
Oh, he went to the Cardinals. Damn, it was red.
Yeah.
I remember the red jersey.
I get it.
Damn it.
You're close. You had a thought in your head. You ran with it.
I had a thought. I was hoping that if you wanted to be drafted, if if you're Mr. Irrelevant and you're a tight end, it'd be cool to learn.
It just goes to
Travis
show.
Kelce.
It just goes to show we're big sports guys, but we make mistakes too.
You can't. Yeah, we're human, man. You can't keep up with everything. It's just impossible, right? By the way, speaking of everything, are you all ready to do some Hardinwood? Let's do it.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Oh, yes. Now, I have mentioned to y'all NBA playoffs, NFL, MLB, drama, yachty, and more yachty. But I wanted to ask y'all, in all actuality, did Curry, should he have fouled out in game 1? Dun, dun, dun! This is why I mentioned the NBA playoffs and drama it's manufactured. Today's game is won by basically the third quarter. And if it's close, it becomes a free throw contest. Or if there's a 4-point game and Pop doesn't foul at the end, he's the worst coach in the history of the world.
Well, don't you find it a little bit
I think
interesting?
he's lost his mind on that one.
I
thought he literally lost his mind.
Is it a little weird that James Harden, of all people, is the one complaining about the foul calls?
True.
It's like, dude, you get fouled every time you touch anyone.
Yeah.
He's got that European sort of fall away,
Texas.
like getting hit. He knows how to draw fouls. And of all people, and I get it. You're mad you lost. I get it. But, man, you get it. He gets every foul call.
Can I ask you, though, in all honesty, do you think General Manager Sam Presti was off in any way? Do you think he was on point? Is this what he would do? I mean, the league's official last 2-minute report stated Curry got away with a personal foul on Harden in a play that ended with a turnover with the Rockets down 195. So he shoots those, makes all 3 of them. It's a 2-point game. Who knows? Who knows what happens? What I'm trying to say, though, is basically this is why I think the NFL and the NBA and MLB and people wonder why, like, drama. This is the best series we got right now. Don't you think? Like, isn't this the one everybody really wanted to see?
Yeah, but it's like this has never gone any other way than the Warriors winning. And I get it. I get why you talk about it, because you really think those are probably the 2 best teams in the league. But it hasn't gone any other way.
Well, see, I'm a Damian Lillard guy.
Oh, see, and I think he should be able to handle that. A second,
dude. I like this round. Tonight.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
With where running back value is going,
do
you think Zeke Elliott's going to get a big contract?
Oh, man. I do not. Are you talking about because he went banana sandwiches and said that he was going to reset the market, and he was talking all kinds of Antonio Brown?
Yeah, but his dad, actually. This is why I bring it up.
No, give me some more. Give me some more info. I kind of honestly, I was drowning it out.
So apparently he said that Zeke will be the highest paid running back in the history of the NFL. He thinks the Cowboys are going to absolutely pay him. Obviously, Todd Gurley had his $57.5 million deal, and his dad thinks there's not even a question that he's going to get paid all that more.
Be better.
Well, yeah. I think Saquon's.
I hear about him
now, man,
getting a big old contract.
What he did last year with no line, got to give him credit. But yeah, Zeke's dad told, I guess TMZ got all in his face, but he said he swears that Zeke will be the highest paid running back ever in the history of the NFL. I don't doubt it. The Cowboys love him. Cowboys really do love him.
Got a person on the text line actually hit me up and did a web address, and I copied and pasted it, and it took me right to Shattered Family shares details of shooting that killed the Giants draft pick's friend. I am not going to read it right now on air or it to y'all, but I will retweet it here after during the break so we can find out more about it. And I do appreciate for our texters out there and the people listening for you sending that to me, because now I did find a place where I can go and get a little information more about that down the road. But I do have to mention New York, and my man mentioned it a little bit earlier, and he said, you just basically, I mentioned it kind of last week about how you need to fire basically the guy who's trying to take care of the Yankees. Dude, DJ LeMahieu is now down. How many, like, do you think that me and you are going to get called up this year for the Yankees?
Certainly hope so, man.
I mean, this is insanity, is it not? Have you ever seen another team?
I've never seen. I'm going to get the number of how many people they have hurt for you right now.
It doesn't even make any sense with what's been going on. This is the New York bleeping Yankees, folks. And to remind you, this is an AL East that Tampa Bay is 18-9. They're 9 games above 500 with a 667 winning percentage. Not bad at all. New York is 17-11 despite all their injuries. And with Boston starting off with the worst year in the history of the world, they're still only 7.5 games back of first place. You got to step on their throat and you got to step on the gas when you can. But it's hard to step on the gas when the whole damn team's injured, isn't it?
13 players since the season started gone down with injuries.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. I have no idea. But all I know is the Lakers, after their season with all those injuries, got rid of theirs. So I know if I had 13 injuries in the first month of baseball, he'd be gone already. I mean, if I'm making the decision, he's gone already.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, can you come over here for a second? I want to tell you a little secret. You're fired. Sorry.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, yo, chill. Man.
No. Hey,
I'm good, right?
You're good, dude.
Safe.
You ain't doing anything with that. You have anything to do with the New York Yankees? If you had anything to do with them, like a couple decades ago when they were winning tons.
Are you seeing how much Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game scorers sheet just went for?
What? They sold that?
They sold his 100-point game scorers sheet.
Hold on, where have I been?
I don't know. This
when
is very real.
Happen?
This dropped very recently. This is today.
Okay, you're telling
this
me Wilt
today.
Chamberlain that like when they the picture
when he scored 100-point
and they
game,
just grabbed that piece of paper
they
for
grabbed
100
the piece of paper that was scored. It was scored on. You want to know how much it sold for?
I mean, $25,000. I mean, it's a crummy piece of paper.
You're gonna hate this number. $214,000.
214,000.
Yeah, so that 25. Let's multiply that by
times 10, almost 9.
9.
You know, I can't even believe that. I'm in total shock right now. I mean, that, like, I saw there's a great documentary about that. Like, if that one guy they said didn't grab the piece of paper, put 100, and they take that photograph, that there would have been nothing else left, you know, like from that. I mean, like, you know, we do things today, and there's just that 100 on a piece of paper, and dude, and Wilt Chamberlain, easy, man. 20,000, 100. What was his biggest achievement?
Wilt? Oh, 100-point game for sure, right?
I don't know, 20,000.
Didn't he average like 50 points a game, though?
I would say 20,000 is his number one accomplishment.
What do you mean 20,000?
You never read his book?
No.
20,000.
Really?
20,000.
That's what you're...
Imagine all the dead that died. Wilt Chamberlain, he took care of them like he was a dragon. He was all of Winterfell. Wilt Chamberlain, he knocked it out. Wilt Chamberlain is for real, baby. Oh, man. Kill me. By the way, another shout out. I really enjoyed Game of Thrones last night. Thought that was a very good show. For all you crazy people who talked me into watching that, I just got to say thank you very much.
Same here, man. I was not even going to give it a shot until
when they told me what was in it, I started laughing, and I'm like, I don't want to see anything.
I was like, I've never been into anything like that.
It's like a White Walker. It's like, who cares about a White Walker? It's like, was he walking around with a $100 bill, like dancing to James Brown, doing 8 balls or something? I'm like, what is that? What is a White Walker? I was like, is that 1980s pimp? Dude, what are you talking about? Like, I'll show you a White Walker. And then next thing you know, they were like, no, and there's also some dragons. And I'm going, oh, yeah, this is definitely not for me. And it ended up turning out I'm so addicted to that show. It's not even funny. It's like,
I mean, I caught up in 2 weeks.
dude, you mean you literally?
Yeah, I caught up in 2 weeks.
You just started watching it this year for real?
I started watching it 2 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness!
Not just this year.
It is that good, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I binged. This is an hour a show, and I binged it all the way through. So.
Dude, good job! I'm very, 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 very proud of you.
You do. I feel like though you have to get past that first season. It's all a build up for that, and then once you get past there, it's nonstop action.
I totally agree with you on that aspect. You have to get it was like until that dude crushed that person's skull for the battle. That's when I really got into it because I.
Are you talking about when the trial by
remember
battle?
Cersei was Cersei.
Yeah,
I thought she was
when the mountain.
Mountain. Man, that was like woof. That was no joke.
Anyway, no
dude.
more. We can't spoil.
Yeah, no more. That was so old though.
Oh, that's old. Yeah, but I know people that haven't caught up.
I'm just saying that. I'm gonna let
if you would have said this a week ago, I would have been salty.
Oh yeah, you would have. No,
and
that's why I haven't said much about last night except for go watch it because it was so dope. Like when you talk about the NBA drama, the first 10 minutes of that show are like the NFL. Like that got you pumped up. You were ready for the battle. You were like, dude, this is the NFL playoffs. I can't wait. I am serious. This is going down for real. And then the battle was on. NBA playoffs, you're like, oh. So what happened? Put it on in the fourth quarter. Let's watch and see if Damian Lillard's dropping dimes. Oh my goodness. It's actually a close game. So the next day we're going to complain about the refs. That's the problem with the NBA. Just a little bit different. But hey, that's just my opinion. We can all have them. Hit us up at the First Bank text line 67129. But whatever you do, don't touch that dial. I got the Inside One pick of the day coming up next on Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
The Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. Only on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.